Hello and welcome to the News by Standards. Matt Hancock and his staff agonised for hours over whether or not he broke COVID guidance when he kissed his aide, leaked messages in the Telegraph show. The WhatsApp messages were sent after the Sun newspaper published a photo of Mr. Hancock kissing Gina Coladangelo. His spokesman said there was nothing new in the messages and absolutely no public interest in publishing them. It's highly intrusive, completely inappropriate and has all been discussed endlessly before, he added. The spokesman said the public coronavirus inquiry had been given access to all the messages. The BBC has not seen or independently verified the messages nor the context in which they were sent. In another exchange, the former Health Secretary criticised the Eat Out to Help Out scheme, texting that it was causing problems in areas with high rates of COVID cases. The latest 41-hour WhatsApp exchange details how the ex-Health Secretary and Miss Coladangelo were left reeling as the revelations unfolded. The liaison between the pair provoked strong fury as it showed that Mr. Hancock had broke his own lockdown restrictions, which were introduced to curb the spread of COVID. As he waited the publication of the photos, he texted a special advisor asking, "How bad are the pics?" Reacting to the video of him and the former aide kissing obtained by the Sun, Mr. Hancock then said, "Crikey, not sure there's much news value in that, and I can't say it's very enjoyable viewing." The messages show Mr. Hancock asking his special advisor at the time, Damon Poole, to keep the focus on Miss Colandangelo's appointment. Miss Colandangelo worked as a paid advisor for the government, acting as a non-executive director at the Department of Health and Social Care at the time. The then Health Secretary also asked if another minister could emphasise that no rules had been broken. Mr. Poole asked Mr. Hancock and Miss Colandangelo to think really hard about whether they could have broken any COVID rules. Referring to the social distancing rule to keep 1 metre apart from others when 2 metres was not possible, Mr. Hancock said, "Other than obviously the 1 metre plus, I honestly can't think of any." He added, "The worst they can do is kiss before they legalise hugs." But then Mr. Hancock asked his advisor to clarify what exactly the rules were at the time of the photograph. The two of them then exchanged plans for how they could respond to media coverage. This ranged from acknowledging he breached the social distancing rules, which Mr. Hancock said he didn't think he could do, adding, "I think I just went against the clinical advice," to saying that no rules were broken. In one exchange, Matt Hancock cited social distancing guidance for workers at the time, saying that workers should maintain social distancing guidelines wherever possible, to which his advisor responded, "Yes, but it was possible, clearly from the picture." And in a separate published exchange, Matt Hancock sought the advice of the former Chancellor George Osborne about a video statement he was due to put out announcing his resignation. Mr. Osborne said it was good, but suggested he probably wants to include the apology to your loved ones you have in the letter. He eventually resigned over the matter, publishing a video on his Twitter page. Joe Tanner, a former advisor to Boris Johnson, said that politicians have a tendency to think they're a bit superhuman when they are asked to apologise for their actions. People in these roles can be quite bullish, so actually getting them to be human can be quite a challenge, she told BBC Radio 4's Today programme. They also think that they're a bit superhuman and that they can get away with it. You can see a bit of that in the approach Matt Hancock was taking. In a separate leaked conversation, Matt Hancock criticised Rishi Sunak's Eat Out to Help Out scheme, dubbing it Eat Out to Help Out the Virus Get About. The Treasury paid £840 million to fund the scheme in August 2020, which offered 50% off food and drink as part of then Chancellor Mr. Sunak's economic recovery plan after the end of the first COVID lockdown. In the WhatsApp messages exchanged from the month of the launch, Mr. Hancock said the scheme was causing problems in our intervention areas that were under additional government restrictions because they had a higher number of COVID cases. He later said he used the scheme and was thanked by the other diners. So what are the WhatsApp leaks? These are a collection of more than 100,000 messages which have been sent between former Health Secretary Matt Hancock and other ministers and officials at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, and have been obtained by the Telegraph